Okay, good evening, everyone, and I hope everyone can hear me clearly. And my apologies, first of all, for the late start. If you can confirm the audio part and the video part, we should be good to go then. Okay. Let me just check on YouTube itself. Okay. All good. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Just to be sure. Okay, great. So this is fine. I'm late, and so apologies. Ravi should be joining any minute now. And let me just have a quick look at the questions before we start. Okay. Now, some of you are asking for the percentiles, and we will. I'll share our estimates. I'm sure if you check your percentile from the percentile predictor, you will get a much better idea. Whatever I give will, in the end of the day, be a reasonable estimate. But the percentile predictor obviously is going to be a much better estimate for you. So my suggestion for all those of you who are asking for percentiles to have a look at the CL percentile predictor. Okay, so I am not looking at any of the percentile questions at this point of time. Let me look at some other questions. There's a question on IIM Bhubaneswar. That is a good college, can be considered. IIM Bhubaneswar, I would say, would be at par with the IMT Ghaziabad or let's say NMIMS Symbiosis. Is the same level. Okay, and typically the cutoff is about 90 percentile. So that's a college you can expect a call from if you are in that vicinity. Okay. And yes, Captain Lark says XIMB is a great college for HR and BM. Yes, it's a good college for both the domains, no doubt about it. Yeah. Captain Lark, I think I know you. Okay. Okay, कितना होगा sectional cutoff वगैरह? I'm not looking at that part at this point of time. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I'll just add Ravi Tej also. Welcome, Ravi. Ravi, I was a little late in starting, so I'm looking quickly at questions, any specific question we need to take, and then we can get down with the PPT.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, there are quite a few questions about sectional cutoffs with the.
Because I know that will get covered in the session. And in any case, I think I would want students to look at the percentile predictor because हम जो भी बोलेंगे, it will be an estimate. Yes, percentile predictor is also estimate, but a much better estimate. Okay. Yeah, Captain Lark, तेरा नाम भूल गया यार मैं. I know you, I can place you, but I've forgotten your name. So WhatsApp me. Okay. Okay, Liba Chennai, again a decent backup option. Okay. Okay, I think we can get started, Ravi.
Yes.
Captain Lark is saying Jijo will be there in PDP. Yes, Captain Lark, Jijo will be there in PDP. Okay, great. So Ravi, let's get started. And you want to take the PPT?
Sir, you go ahead. Let's discuss
okay.
our insights, both of us.
Okay, chalo, let's get started. Guys and girls, I will not take your questions for the next few minutes. And after which, when we start, then we will look at we'll pick up all questions, don't worry. So if you have any question, please post it once. Don't post it multiple times. खाली footage खाओगे और कोई फायदा नहीं होगा उसमें. Okay. So just stick to that. Okay, this is the agenda for the day. We will look at what a broad. Yeah. Okay, just give me a minute. I think इसमें ये वाला edit layout नहीं cancel. Okay, चलो ठीक है. I was trying to use my tablet. It seems there's some issue with that, but that's okay. Okay, chalo, let's get down to work. Okay. Okay. So this is what we have in the agenda for ourselves. Okay. And basically, when you're looking at institute, these are the parameters you look at. Okay. And out of these, one of the most important parameters from a student's perspective is obviously the fourth one, which is the placement. And yes, life on campus is important. And in hindsight, one would say it is very important. But when you are entering a college, that is not the time when you are looking at that seriously. Legacy, ranking, infrastructure is the most overrated item, frankly. And frankly, I would not be too worried about it. Location can be an issue, especially if it's a new college. And then growth in recent years again is something we can look at because that tells us what is the trajectory that the college is taking, and this is very very important from a new college perspective in terms of choosing which one to go for. Okay, so Ravi, which one would you go for? Which one would you say is the most important from your point of view?
I think, to my mind, I think, sir, growth in recent years is very, very important to my mind, because there are some newer IIMs which have only been established about 10 to 15 years. There are some
Yeah.
IITs which are offering these management courses, and the IITs are now competing with the top older IIMs also, some of the IITs, right? So they have been growing exponentially. There are some institutes which have been growing exponentially, while the placement statistics are, yes, important, but I would say, because that should not be the only parameter. When you look at
Right.
your final, when you make the final decision, it has to be an amalgamation of 4 or 5, at least 4 or 5 out of these 7 things that are there. Infrastructure, I agree. Infrastructure, every good B school which has good funding will have good infrastructure. Don't worry about it. uh, when it comes to location also, I mean, I think, GP sir, for some reason I feel that location these days is a little redundant, because a lot
Yes.
of things, you using AI, and a lot of remote classes using some visiting faculties, even in tier 2, tier 3 institutes are now able to get visiting
Yeah.
faculties from tier 1 institutes the using the remote access controls, like the ones that we are doing right now. So remote
Right.
teaching is possible. Remote resources are available. Every college has an e-library. So in that sense, the resources, more or less, the faculty strength, more or less, of most of the top B schools will be the same. But I think growth in recent years, how is it that the placement team inside the college has been performing, and how is it that the college has been growing over the last 4 or 5 years? And yes, obviously, the placement statistics is going to be very, very important.
Yeah. And but just to add to what you said, location used to be a very important item maybe 10 years ago. But in the last 4 5 years, it has become less important because practically everyone has learned how to work online, and interviews happen online, internships happen online. Online internship was an unheard phenomenon maybe about 7 8 years ago. Okay, and it's something that is a norm now. So you get so many opportunities. In fact, one of the biggest advantage of a offbeat location. When I say a offbeat location, I'm saying if you're outside the metros, the best thing would be that it will have a much better lifestyle, and the college will be able to provide you with better amenities and infrastructure. When you look at a smaller city or town, Udaipur, for example, Haldwani, for example, these are towns and cities where you can have a good, comfortable life. And also, I strongly believe these 2 years of India are the time when you should be exploring a lot. And if you are stuck in a city like a Delhi or a Mumbai or a Bangalore, I can assure you, ज़्यादा तो नहीं होगा, वहीं पे traffic में फंसे रह जाओगे. Okay? So I would say I would probably put location a little higher than other things. Okay, but yes, growth in recent years, placement statistics are probably two most important parameters one would look at. Legacy again is something which you say, ठीक है, पुराना institute है, but legacy alone is not sufficient. One of the oldest institutes in India is FMS BHU. I'm not sure how many of you would want to go there over a comparatively newer institute like a MDI or SPJAN. Okay. Great. So let's go to the next one then. Okay.
In fact, sir, one point is about the ranking of the institutes. A lot of people have, you see, ranking again is completely dependent on the person who is making that ranking, or the framework that is being used for ranking. In one particular ranking framework, placement may be given 50 out of 100 marks out of the weightage. In some other thing, number of guest lectures could be given weightage. Number of industrial projects brought could be given weightage. Number of PhD degrees or graduates could be given weightage. So according to all of this, it's a holistic thing that the ranking frameworks, all of them are a little different among each other, and the ranking framework may not give you the best idea out of it, but yes, it will give you a ballpark figure about a particular institute or a college.
And one of the rankings that many students look at, I would strongly recommend don't go overboard with it. That is NIRF, National Institute Ranking Framework. It looks at multiple parameters. If you have to look at the NRF ranking, go to the subset which says on the career outcomes, which has got 40% weightage. So look at that 40%, and that is what is possibly going to be important from your perspective. Otherwise, it talks about research output. I'm sure many of you are not keen on research output being an important parameter, because and secondly, when you look at these rankings, I would want you to stay away from all those rankings which come out from business various magazines. As Ravi said, many of those rankings leave a lot to be desired. And we have seen institutes which are very low in our order of preference, and which would normally say are low in terms of ranking, coming out high on the ranking in these magazine rankings. So please avoid. Any doubts, reach out to one of us, and we will be able to tell you which one to go for. Okay, chalo, let's go further. Okay, and this is what many of you have been asking. Though I think this is not what you should be worried. This is not the place to be looking at the percentiles, etc. You need to be looking at you need to be inputting your data, or uploading your response sheet, or uploading the link to your response sheet in the CL percentile predictor, and that is where you'll get the exact value. But for those of you who still want to have some idea, this is what you could look at. And my suggestion is take a screenshot of this particular screen, so that at least you have a ready reckoner in front of you, depending upon your slot. So slot 1, 99 percentile appears to be at a 91.5 marks at the raw score. Slot 2, it appears to be at about 86, and slot 3 appears to be again also at 86. Okay? That's the aggregate. Similarly, if you look at the sectional, I'll look at the sectional cutoff. Look at the 80 percentile to be reasonably safe. Yes, a couple of institutes have 85% also as a sectional cutoff. So if you keep this as a screenshot as a ready reckoner for yourself, I think you will be good to go for in most of the places. Okay? But yes, the best thing would be to just use the percentile predictor. Okay. So anything to add, Ravi, here? ऐसा कुछ है तो नहीं इसमें बात करने का.
इसमें most important thing to look at is your slot and आपका 85th percentile cutoff, because if you are aiming at the IIMs, that is the highest sectional cutoff there is. So the 80th, the 75th, the 80th, 85th sectional cutoff will, if you have not performed well in one of the sections, please be wary of it while you expect calls from the B schools.
Okay, so the important thing again is, why should you be filling up multiple forms? As far as the IIMs are concerned, all of us know the interview call will be a function of not only your score in CAT, but they'll also look at your past, which is 10th, 12th graduation, your gender, your category, your academic background, your marks in graduation, the number of months of work experience. Look at quite a few parameters. So you really can't bank on only your CAT score getting you a call. And we have seen students with 99.9 plus not getting a call from any of the top 6 or top 9 IIMs. And that can be an issue. So which is why it is always important that you look at multiple institutes. Okay? You need to identify the right institute based on your profile. Where is it? So if you do not have a good academic background in terms of marks in terms of graduation, then you definitely need to be applying to a few institutes where these are not important. For example, a couple of days ago, we were discussing symbiosis. SNAP, which gives calls only on the basis of SNAP scores. Similarly, Narsi Monji. Similarly, XLRE Jamshedpur. By and large, XLRE will give calls only on the basis of your ZAT scores. So these colleges become important based on if you do not have a good academic performance in 10th, 12th or graduation. Similarly, some of you might be interested in something like, some of you might be interested in HR. Then looking at those HR institutes become very, very important for you. So the specialization also plays a role with respect to what is it that you should be looking at. Okay. Other thing to look at is your budget, because whether we like it or not, applying to multiple institutes is a costly affair. On an average, you'll spend about 2,000, 2,500 odd rupees per institute. And if you have to apply to multiple institutes, it is going to be a significant expenditure. Okay? So you need to be cautious. So while you need to apply to a few institutes which are ambitious for you, and I would say, fortunately, almost all the ambitious institutes you have applied to through CAT. And fortunately, CAT for that 2,000 odd rupee fee is giving you access to something like, if I look at only the IIMs, you're looking at about 20 different institutes with multiple programs available to you. So that at least is done. But now you need to look at which are the other institutes you need to apply to. Some of the colleges are already out, which means they had a cutoff. Their application deadline date has already gone, so they are all obviously closed for you. But some of the good colleges will still be coming, and they are the ones you could be looking at. Okay? So keep your budget also in mind when you are looking at this aspect. Okay, and Ravi, anything you want to add to what I said?
बजट में सर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि when students are ready to take test series from 5-6 multiple institutes for the preparation of CAT, coaching from 2-3 different institutes, and they are ready to spend 1,00,000 rupees for getting them trained for the exam, for a college, that is for a degree that is going to define you for the next 30 years of your career, 30-40 years of your career, I think it's a one time investment. If you are in that space कि आपका वो percentile वो range में है, I think it doesn't hurt in applying to more colleges, because I feel if you don't apply, you will never get through. If you apply, then you get the chance of rejecting a college. अगर PI निकल गया तो वो किक अलग होता है, और वो 3,000, 5,000, 50,000 will not matter in the long run is what I think.
Right. ठीक है. तो चलो, there's a slight difference of opinion between me and Ravi on this, but I agree with this opinion to a great extent, because rather than worrying later कि यार काश apply कर दिया होता, that is a feeling I would never want to have. So, and this is an important thing for people who are on the edge. Some of you will be hoping to get a call from one of the top IIMs, but you may not get it. For people like you, I think it is important to be considering other colleges as well of the same in the same league. Okay. चलो, so top 20 schools एक बार देख लेते हैं क्या है, and उस पे बात करते हैं. I don't think इसमें कुछ बात करने का है ज्यादा, रवि.
कुछ नहीं. These are undeniably
ABCL, Excel, FMS, Jamshedpur, and ISB. ठीक है.
Yes.
And while at the bottom you see 99 percentile, take that with a pinch of salt, because it is not 99 percentile, all of us know. Some of you will get a call at the 97, 96, 95 also, and some of you will not get a call at 99.9 also. So I'm not going to be too bothered about this, because this is done and dusted. You have already applied. The only place which you could possibly look at is again ISB. ISB, I think, can still apply. Is that right, Ravi?
I'll have to check ISB.
Yeah, I think can still apply, because they have multiple rounds. Huh?
Yes.
For the program for freshers, which is if you have less than 2 years work experience.
Okay, it is second round. Okay, I'll check it in the meantime, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So again, here I would want you to look at Tata Institute of Social Science, and okay, I hope all of you who are interested in XLRA have applied to it. And when you applied to XLRA, I hope you have applied for both the campuses and both the programs. Okay, so HR is not there in NCR campus, if I remember correctly, but XLRA Jamshedpur has HRM as well as BM, and you should be applying to both of them. The reason obviously is that even after HRM, you will get good opportunities in product management, in marketing, in consulting. Those opportunities will be available. By and large, the only thing which is not going to be available to you is possibly finance. I think except for finance, practically everything else would be available to you. Okay. Same with this, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, do apply. If HR is something you need to be looking at. Okay. SPJN, I'm sure many of you have applied, but please remember SPJN has two kinds of interview calls. One is called the profile based, other is the score based. The sectional cutoff for SPJN is 75 percentile, which means in each of the three sections you should have at least a 75 percentile score. And I hope you have kept that screenshot for yourself of the earlier one. So that's a 75 percentile and a minimum overall score of 85 percentile. So overall score of 85 percentile and a sectional score of 75 percentile will make you eligible for the profile based call. Profile based call is a very strange kind of an animal in as far as SPJAN is concerned. There are people who will get a profile based call this year and did not get it last year and vice versa. So you don't know what is the specific criteria. But by and large, what you can look at them as saying, if you have a background, and remember that profile-based call is essentially towards, I'm looking at the specialization program. SPJAN again has two programs. One is a 2-year regular MBA, which you don't have to choose your specialization. This program started a couple of years ago. Their flagship program is the one in which you have to decide on your specialization. So if you have a good academic record, a couple of years of work experience, and you're applying for the domain which fits in with your background and profile. So if you are an engineer and suddenly you decide that you want to do marketing, they don't like it. If you are an engineer who's been working in, let's say, IT space, you apply for information management, you have a chance of getting an interview call or a profile-based call. Okay. Similarly, if you are a BCom student or a marketing student and you are suddenly wanting to do finance without having a background, no, there's a very limited chance that you'll get it. Engineers applying for information systems or engineers applying for operations have a better chance of getting calls from these specializations. Okay? So it is late for us to say क्या करना चाहिए ये because ये कर चुके हो, but just specifying कि अगर नहीं आता तो बुरा मत मानना. There's always a profile based score based call possible. Roughly 50-50 is the split. But just to add to that, the score-based call will also have a brief look at your profile in terms of your academic performance. Very rarely does it happen that students who do not have good academic performance in school and college get a call from there. Okay. Any specific institute you want to focus on out here?
I think, sir, the beauty of all of these cluster 1A, cluster 1B institutes is that they have defined a certain criteria for themselves and they are looking at a certain kind of students. For example, IIM Indore. IIM Indore is very particular about your 10th and 12th scores. But the maximum weightage in their criteria. So if you are someone who was woke back 8 years ago in your life, then IIM Indore is the place for you. Even at a lower percentile, you will most probably get a call from there.
Yeah, absolutely. 10th, 12th, more than 90%, and a girl and maybe a non-engineer, this combination is likely to get a call, as Ravi said, at even 90 to 93.
Yeah. In fact, IIM Kozhikode has a lot of female candidates. I mean, it's almost like 2:1 ratio, female is to male at IIM Kozhikode, if I'm not wrong. So IIM Calcutta, on the other hand, gives heavy weightage to the CAT score and lesser weightage to the other score. So all of you with all different kinds of profiles have a chance to get into some of cluster 1A and cluster 1B if you have done the CAT well. So
IIM Kozhikode will be coming out with its application for PGP Finance as well as for LSM separately. So if you are interested in any of those programs, those are the two programs you should definitely look at, especially if you are interested in finance. IIM Kozhikode PGP Finance is something you should definitely be applying to.
Correct. In fact, IIM Kozhikode is the only institute, I think, that floats after the scorecards are out. They float an interest for whether you have actually applied or are you a robot types. You have to, if you want yourself to be considered for the candidature of IIM Kozhikode, don't consider that email as a call letter for the interview. That is only, they send it to everyone above 90 or 95 percentile, 93 percentile. They send it to everyone. That's only a preliminary interest form. Only after the number of responses based on the interest form will they come out with the final list of people selected for the interview.
I think that's a very sensible thing they do, because what this does is, they probably have the smallest number of dropouts. Correct. As far as ABCL and ABCLI are concerned, there are always a few students who will not attend the interview. Similarly, if you look at Kozhikode, Ranchi, Raipur, these institutes have quite a large number of students who get an interview call and do not attend because they are not interested, they just filled it up. What Kozhikode does is it asks you again if you're seriously interested. So if you're interested, you will fill up that form, you will apply to it, and then if you get a call, the chance of you attending the interview is much higher. Okay. Okay. IFT,
Correct.
MDI. I don't think anything to be discussed about these two.
Absolutely. Legacy is next level for these colleges.
Yes.
Don't worry about it at all.
As far as SJ Som, IIT Bombay is concerned, the IITs will come out with their forms in January. IITs, the application form opens up after the CAT scores come out. So this gives you an opportunity to apply to all the IITs. This is IIT Bombay, Delhi, then Kharagpur. Kharagpur again has an MBA as well as an HR program. Then you have which one is Roorkee, Kanpur, and Madras. Okay, so all 6, and these are all very good institutes. And one of the best things about most of these IITs is that the fees is fairly low, and most of them provide you excellent education as well as opportunities in the domain of let's say analytics, operations, information systems. Marketing per se, brand management is not something that you should be looking at it for, but the digital marketing and those kind of areas is something you should be you could be very keen on for this. Okay. So IITs will come out with their form in January. Do be on the lookout for it. Yeah, Ravi.
I feel, sir, IIT Bombay, now that IIM Mumbai is IIM Mumbai and not NITI. So NITI used to typically only get most placements for operations. And IIT Bombay and NITI are closed door neighbors. I mean, next doors, right, of each other. So gate par kiya to wo hai, road par kiya to wo hai. So now that IIM Mumbai will attract a lot of other kind of placements, I think IIT Bombay will also benefit from it. In fact, if you get into IIT Bombay, you are very close to the cohort of IIM Mumbai also. So you will get another 250 people who are absolute cream interacting with you over chai sutta in the evening, maybe, right? So that is the kind of environment you'll get there. So yeah, please consider IITs. They are very good institutes for the management.
And most of the IITs have a requirement that you should have a 4-year graduation, or you should have done a post graduation. Now, but however, IIT Delhi and Madras, even if you have a 3-year graduation, you have done a BCom, you are eligible. So I think practically these are the only 2, na? Yeah.
Bombay and Delhi.
No, not Bombay, Delhi and Madras. Bombay requires you to be an engineer.
Correct. Delhi and Madras allow you.
So even if you are a non-engineer, you can apply to IIT Delhi, Madras. And don't worry that these are engineering colleges who are doing MBA. Will you be able to fit in? Yes, you will be able to fit in. In fact, being a non-engineer, your diversity could be your calling card or will be a huge advantage for you at the time of placements also. Okay, so now we come to the other ones, Symbiosis and NMIMS and MICA, and not so much MICA, but NMIMS and Symbiosis we've discussed quite a bit. As far as Symbiosis is concerned, you have to take SNAP and after that you have to apply. And if you look at the top colleges through Symbiosis, it is these two, Symbiosis, SIBM Pune and SCMHRD Pune. Hardly any difference between the two of them. There is a strange reason because of which they have 2 institutes doing almost the same thing. SIBM Pune was the original institute. However, it was affiliated to Pune University, and at that point of time, they were not being allowed to expand the capacity. So they opened a separate institute called SCMHRD with approval from AICTE. So they were running one AICTE institute, they were running one SIIB. Now that they have become a university, they could easily merge the two, but they are, for their own reasons, running both the institutes parallelly, and both of them are equally good. There's a strange kind of let's say, feeling which many people have that SCMHRD is good only for HR. I don't know why it comes, but my guess is it is because the name SCMHRD has HRD in the end. But don't worry, SCMHRD provides very good opportunity in marketing also, in the finance also, and same with SIBM Pune. It is also good not only for HR but also for other areas. And then you have NMIMS. Again, it is you would have applied to it. MICA, MICAT, if you did not take, if you have not taken the first one in December, January, you'll have another opportunity. I think 25th January. MICA is possibly one of the best institutes in India when it comes to brand management and marketing. Okay, it is the program is called Postgraduate Diploma in Communications, PGDCM, Communication Management. Okay, but it is more of a brand management. MICA is Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. Mudra is an ad agency. It is owned by Reliance, by the Reliance Group. And if you are looking at brand management, marketing, this is the place to go. If you don't get, so if I have to choose between, let's say, an SIBM, SCMHRD, NMIS, and MICA, and I want to get into brand management, possibly MICA is where I would go. Yeah. Yes, Avi.
Absolutely. I mean, MICA, if you have made your mind that marketing is the way to go, or brand management is the way to go, or to an extent, I think product management as well,
Yes.
MICA is a very good place to be. And SCMHRD, I think, GP sir, I totally concur with you. It suffers a lot because of its name, just like XLRI does. Excel के time पे भी a lot of people ask कि Excel is labor relations HR का college है. नहीं यार, they are much bigger than name.
वो नाम के साथ चिपक जाते हैं ना, लोग नाम के आगे देखते नहीं है. Because when it was set up, labor relations was important, and today you don't even talk about labor relations. It is HR. So the industry has evolved, institute has evolved. They have a name, they're sticking to the name, and because that name has got a certain brand value. But हम लोग उसके साथ थोड़ा ज्यादा चिपक जाते हैं कई बार.
In fact, sir, IIFT, foreign trade, नाम में है, इसलिए लोग they kind of discard it. तो मेरे को marketing करना है, ये finance type लग रहा है, मैं नहीं करेगा. It's not like that.
ठीक है. Now we come to these institutes, Trichy, Udaipur, Raipur, and if I add the other ones, these are almost all of them are the same level. When you look at Ranchi, Kashipur, Madras, Kharagpur, Trichy, Udaipur, Raipur, not too much of a difference between all of these. The only one I'll say थोड़ा सा नीचे आता Rohtak है, but Rohtak, and again as I said, ये सब apply करके बैठे हो. XIM Bhubaneswar is the one which you can probably still apply to. Okay? And XIM Bhubaneswar has got.
The good part about Rohtak, sir, is that Rohtak says you have 95 percentile in CAT. I'll give you an interview call, no questions asked, no sectional cutoffs. So that is
no sectional cutoffs.
You are struggling with clearing a sectional cutoff in one of the three sections, and you have scored overall 60, 65, 70, 75 odd marks, then I think Rohtak you can still expect a call among the IIM. Others it is difficult because everyone has a sectional cutoff otherwise.
Yeah. XIM Bhubaneswar, when I started the session, people were asking about it. I talked about it briefly, but I'll just repeat that part. XIM Bhubaneswar is a very good institute. It is now part of what is called Xavier's University because it has become a university, and so it's a management school of Xavier's University. Good program for HRM and MBA for business management both. I would say it should definitely be, if you are looking at institute like IMT or this cohort of institutes, then XIMB should definitely be a part of it. At one point of time, one would have said XIM Bhubaneswar, Symbiosis, NM, IMT are the same level. Somehow location possibly played a small role and pushed it down a little. But now with location becoming less and less important, I see XIM Bhubaneswar improving a bit over the last few years. So, but yes, I would definitely recommend XIM Bhubaneswar if you are looking at this level of colleges.
Especially with this cluster of newer IIMs, this cluster of Ranchi, Rohtak, Udaipur, Trichy, Kashipur, and Raipur. Every year, these 6 colleges they change. मतलब उनका ranking changes within themselves. मतलब some year Raipur is the best. Ranchi, I remember taking this session in 2020-2021 season. Ranchi was the best among the newer IIMs. Because Ranchi was doing phenomenal placements during COVID. Then Raipur came into picture in 2022 and said, "Nahi, my best." So in that sense, now that Kashipur also has this business analytics course, and people are getting placed there also. People in business analytics, in fact, are taking more packages than higher packages than the general MBA over there. So in that sense, these this cluster, in fact 2C and 3A, the previous slide and this slide, every year thoda bahut idhar udhar hota rehta hai. Please understand, by the time you come out and you are into that placement season, it will be 2 years from now, but all of these are equally good institutes in that sense.
Yeah. And which I said, इसमें ये 3 institutes और ये 6, I would by and large take them at par. We have to many at times put them in various clusters because मजबूरी होती है कि चलो इसको ऊपर करना है, इसको नीचे करना है. But by and large, not much of a difference between the two. For example, if someone has a criteria कि I want to get into operations and domain, and I don't want to have a high fee because I cannot financially afford a loan, etc., etc., IIT Madras is, or IIT Kharagpur is what you should be looking out for. Okay, if someone wants to say HRM ही करना है, IIM Ranchi has a very good HRM program. IIM Bhubaneswar has a good HRM program. So the choice of institute will also be a function of what you want to do or what is your personal situation. Okay, so treat these 3 plus 6 institutes as the same level. There's hardly any difference between all of them. Okay. Now come a couple of institutes which will open in January, which is IIT Roorkee Kanpur, and I've talked about them earlier. कि पक्का डालना अगर ऑपरेशंस एनालिटिक्स इन एरियाज में इंटरेस्ट है तो ILMA and IMT Ghaziabad. Okay, ILMA is something which is I've always felt is an underrated institute. Very good program. However, it gets underrated for the simple reason उसकी average salary कम दिखती है लोगों को, and many students have a habit of deciding on the institute purely on the basis of the average placement. Now, that is a very incorrect benchmark, especially for ILMA, because ILMA has 3 kinds of placements. If I put it very, very broadly, about 1/3 of the students go into cooperative sector, where the salaries are low. About 1/3 of the students go into in the corporate world, where the salaries are at par with what you expect in the other MBA schools. And about 1/3 of the students will go towards government sector, where the salaries again are low. So when you look at the weighted average, the salary looks low, but please remember, if you are looking at the regular corporate job, ILMA provides you that opportunity, and it is as good as the other. In fact, some of the companies like Unilever, ITC, especially go to institutes like ILMA to pick up students from her because they have a very good exposure to rural India. And whether we like it or not, as a business, a retail business, a consumer product business, we about 60% plus of the market, and I'm being conservative there. 60% plus market is in rural India, and that is why these graduates from ILMA are very, very high in demand. Okay, yeah, Ravi.
ILMA is again वही sir SCM HRD वाला scene है. It is वो अपने नाम का मारा है. My elder brother is the associate. My elder brother is the assistant dean of placements there at ILMA. Right. Now he is a PhD from IIM Lucknow. And he's teaching statistics there, right? And I have never in my life, I have heard to GP sir, sorry to say this, but I have never seen anyone teach better than my elder brother. So IRMA is a great institute, in fact, a great campus. You have Amul in your city, right? Great exposure. I think IIMT Ghaziabad, however, sir, thoda sa na, IIMT Ghaziabad has a lot of years of legacy, but I think the kind of batch size it has, you get exposure to a lot of people, lot of different type of people. The college life is very good, but the problem again with IIMT Ghaziabad is the batch size, and they are these days struggling a little, to get everyone placed in the first couple of weeks of placement seasons. So eventually they are getting placed, but IIMT Ghaziabad is these days struggling a little.
But again,
and the program is very good at IIMT Ghaziabad, no doubt about
it. And HE all has, especially if you're looking at marketing. Again, the way we said, one of the institutes you need to definitely consider if you are interested in marketing as a broad area and a brand management, product area management as a kind of a narrower focus. Maika bola tha. Same thing I would say for IIMT Ghaziabad. IIMT Ghaziabad has a terrific placement when it comes to to marketing. In fact, it is very, very common if you are doing your specialization in marketing to get a 30 lakh plus job, 30 lakh plus salary, which is way above the average. Okay, so and similarly, even in finance, you have very good opportunities. But as Ravi said, they have an overall batch size of about 700 odd, and hence the average looks poor. Even as compared to institutes like IIMI, sometimes people say, but IIMI ka placement same hai, but IIMI still has a batch size of 450 odd. IIM and if you compare the top 450 of IMT versus top 4 versus IIMI, you will find IIM to be way ahead. So which is why we always say average salary is only one indicator and cannot be the sole indicator. And you need to go a little deeper to understand कि average salary का मतलब क्या निकल रहा है यहाँ पे.
Correct. I think, sir,
Ravi, any input?
Here,
So,
Great Lakes.
yes,
Their
I was
flagship
about to
program
talk about.
is actually the executive MBA.
Yes.
With people who have 3+ years of experience, Great Lakes is a good place to do and explore executive MBA as an option. If your CAT scores are not that high as expected, 99, 97 nahi aa raha hai, at an 85 plus, if you have 3.5 years of experience, I think Great Lakes is a very good place to explore in terms of an executive MBA. The regular MBA is also decent picking up these days, but their executive MBA is their flagship course.
Yeah. In fact, I would say 90 percentile plus, you will get a call from Great Lakes Chennai by and large. 2 years more, over 2 years work experience, 90% plus. Gurgaon will give you a call at about 85 percentile. And as Ravi said, a very good option, especially if you want to look at a career in the IT domain, information systems, etc. They seem to have a very good hold of placements there, and 1 year program doing very well out there. Okay. Again, a few institutes which people, especially not, tend to ignore. Tap me. Again, a very, very underrated institute, especially in North India. लोगों को लगता पता नहीं मणिपाल कहाँ पे है. Yes, Manipal is a well-known place. Engineering के लिए बहुत लोग जाते हैं, and the institute is very good. But somehow it has not been able to catch the fancy of people. Placements are good. Yes, they also have multiple programs, but practically all the programs are doing very well. Okay, so TAPME is something which I would strongly recommend you apply to. TAPME, again, the thing is, while we have written that you can expect to call it 85 plus, if you have a good background in terms of work experience, or in terms of your academic background, good marks in 10th, 12th graduation, you can get a call at 80 percentile plus also. Like SP Jain, they also look at your profile before they giving the call, and they don't go purely by CAT score, which is why at 80 plus you can get a call. Okay, and should definitely be applied to. It is still open. I don't think the form has come out, sorry, as yet. Okay.
In fact, one good part about TAPME is that, sir, when in years where every college was increasing their batch size left, right, and center, TAPME took this step in 2021 to decrease their batch size to half, because they were very concerned about the type of people who are coming into the college. So they are very stringent with the type of मतलब उनका interview अच्छा होता है, and they end up taking good people. And when good people are inside the campus, they end up getting good opportunities later, at least in their life. I think TAPME is another institute which is just ignored by a lot of people. Manipal is probably one of the most beautiful places to live in India. To live properly.
ठीक है. I'll not talk much about Nagpur, Sambalpur, Amritsar, Jammu, because both guys ये सब निकल लेंगे विशाखापट्टनम. But DSE, Delhi School of Economics, Delhi University should be applied to. Now, this is again one of those institutes where it is your overall CAT score which will matter. Your sectional cutoffs will not be an issue. Delhi University has, apart from FMS, you have a Delhi School of Economics. It has got 2 programs. One was called MIB, Masters in International Business. Other was called MHORD, Masters in Human Resource and Organization Development. Now they are called MBA HR and MBA International Business. Okay, but the programs are same, good programs. Again, the advantage of Delhi University is your fees is very low. You can pay your fees by withdrawing money from ATM using your debit card. So that is the kind of fees you have, which means even if you have a salary about $1 lakh less, you will not have to take loan. It is not going to be an issue. Secondly, being in Delhi in the university campus is a huge advantage, because they will get faculty from FMS and other departments as well. Okay, And being in Delhi again, getting internships etc. is not that big a problem. So Delhi University DSC, there will be another program which will come shortly, which is MFC, which is Master of Finance and Control, now called MBA Finance. All these programs, my strong recommendation is please do apply. Typically, cutoff for these is about 90 percentile plus. MFC would be about 95 percentile. And these have, since they are Delhi University colleges, they have reservation for reserve categories also. So if you belong to reserve categories, please do apply to these colleges. Your cutoffs are going to be significantly lower than what the numbers which are given here.
Among the newest of the IIMs, I think IIM Nagpur and IIM Visakhapatnam have shown recent growth, which is significant.
Okay. Silmol 4, Goa Institute of Management. यार गोवा तो जाना ही बनता है ना वैसे तो.
मस्त एयरपोर्ट के पास भी है गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट.
न्यू एयरपोर्ट. न्यू एयरपोर्ट और दी ओल्ड एयरपोर्ट.
न्यू एयरपोर्ट उसके पास ही है. गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. I think Goa Institute of Management also has a very diverse crowd and a very good campus life. When it comes to the placements is the only reason why it is sitting in cluster 4C. Otherwise, it also is an institute with its own legacy and alumni strength.
Okay. SIIB Pune.
Yeah, among all of these, I think somewhere we have missed out completely on IMI Delhi. Is it yet to come or?
No, it should have come. I'm looking at this
यहाँ पे
one.
मेरे को 4 दिख रहा है. 4 से कई 1-2 स्लाइड पहले IIMI Delhi आ जाना चाहिए था कहीं ना कहीं.
इसके पहले इनफैक्ट टैक्नी के ऊपर आएगा. It should have been here only.
Yeah.
IIMI Delhi, I would put here the core MBA program. It will be somewhere in this slide only. Though as I said, I would rate IMT Ghaziabad a little higher than IIMI, but it is something here. It is in cluster 3C is what I would have put it. All these institutes I would probably say are a little lower than IIMI. Okay. यहाँ पे again SIIB Pune, something we talked about when we discussing SNAP is something you can apply to. SIIB Pune, Goa Institute of Management, Goa, good institutes again. If I have to choose between 4 Goa Institute and SIIB Pune, it will be a little bit difficult, but possibly I will go towards Goa or towards SIIB, unless location is an issue for you. Same thing with KJ Somaya. The issue with KJ Somaya is it has got multiple programs. Again, a huge batch size. And not only does it offer the MBA, which is AICT approved through CAT, but it also offers its own program, which is Mumbai University program, MMS. So when you count all of them, if I'm not wrong, the number of students who are, or the batch size effectively 700 plus. Okay? And that to me can be an issue, especially because couple of programs, the placements are fairly low. As long as you are getting the MMS program, which is through CET, or you are getting the core MBA or the international business, you are by and large safe. But the other programs, your placements can be a bit dicey. So that is where you need to exercise your choice. If I get a core MBA in KJ Somaya and SIIB Pune and Goa Institute of Management Goa, I will probably be thinking kahan jaun. But if I don't get the core MBA in KJ Somaya or international business in KJ Somaya, I'll probably not even consider KJ Somaya for myself.
In fact, getting through MHCET to KJ Somaya is very difficult for the MMS degree. You have to be in the absolute top in that exam to go there.
Yeah, it's the third best college in the CET domain. The best is obviously Jamnalal Bajaj, followed by Sydenham, which another college which people are by and large unaware of, and third best is KJ Somaya. KJ Somaya you can also apply through CMAT, but the score that you will require through CMAT will be somewhere around 95 to 97 percentile. While in CAT, 80 percentile plus you can apply and you have a chance of getting a call.
People who are interested in operations can also look out for Symbiosis SIIM Nashik. Though are closed, I guess. For
ये मेरे को कंफ्यूज कर दिया. यहाँ पे लेबल गलत लग गया.
हाँ, यहाँ पे लेबल्स दो स्लाइड पहले वाले हैं. ये कोई भी लेबल सही नहीं है. वो काशीपुर का लोगो है जो SIIB पुणे के ऊपर है.
हाँ, मेरे को ही लग रहा था कुछ कंफ्यूजन तो दिख रही है लाइफ में. ठीक है. But by this SIOM Pune, SIOM Nasik, sorry, excellent institute. If you are interested in operations, this is a very, very good option. And most of the e-commerce companies tend to pick people students from SIOM Nasik. Now we are coming to the institutes which are essentially backup institutes. Or if you say I have to stay in a particular city now, beyond let's say the college, the other considerations, location, etc., is something which will come up. National Institute of Bank Management, Pune, again CAT focused, but again it is restricted opportunities. It will focus only on this particular domain. SRCC JBO Global Business Operation. SIBM Bangalore is a regular MBA program, but over the years it has not really lived up to the promise it showed initially, and hence it is coming a little lower down. NMIMS Bangalore again at the same level. SGA Bukoni Mumbai, you can again look at this good college, especially if you have work experience. You should definitely be looking at these colleges. Okay. Okay. Any specific input you want to give on these colleges, Ravi?
I think these are, typically if you are in that range of 75 to 85 percentile and you're not sure which kind of colleges will call you, you can pick probably a couple of these and keep them as your backup options definitely and apply. Right. So
In
I
fact,
think
most of Ravi.
The application algorithm to my mind is, see, somewhere if you are in the range of x to x plus 5, then you apply x to x plus 5 colleges, 4-5 of x to x plus 5 percentile range colleges, 2-3 below that and 2-3 above that also. ये 10 कॉलेज आप अप्लाई करके रखो ताकि if cat was really, जब स्कोर कार्ड आता है थोड़ा सा आपका परसेंटाइल एक्सपेक्टेड से ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है, then you may end up getting the upper tier colleges as well. But it is always safe to have a backup plan as well if you are not, if it doesn't go as planned. So that's how you have to look at it. All of these colleges again on similar page.
Good thing is that by and large, many of these colleges, either their application has not come out as yet, or for many of them, the application has not been closed. So you can wait for CAT score also, or the firmed up response sheet, and then the scorecard will come in January. And then for many of these, you can wait till then also. However, there's one small thing which I look at when I look at colleges at this level. Now, most of these colleges are going to provide you local placements. Most of these colleges will not give you national placements. For example, if you are in BIMTech, it is unlikely you'll get a placement in Bangalore or let's say Mumbai. Most of your placements will be in NCR region or maybe North India. And hence these become regional institutes or local institutes. And so if you are from Mumbai and you would want to have a placement in the western region, then coming to North India or going to South India is not going to be very useful for you. Then from your point of view, belong to Mumbai region, a Wellenker and the KJ Somaya or let's say SIES, they become more important for you. If you happen to be from NCR or North India and you want to have a career and you would want to settle in this region, then I would say BIMTech would make more sense for you. Similarly, if you want to look at Chennai, you are from Chennai or South and you would want to look at that region, then LIBA becomes important for you. So at this stage, location is important because they will not be providing with you by and large. There will always be exceptions. By and large, these institutes will not be providing with you with national placement. It is going to be regional companies which will come and provide placement. Even when national companies come, they will be looking at you from a regional perspective. So keep that in mind when you're applying to colleges at this level. Okay? ठीक है. PL में क्या क्या है वही तुम्हारे लिए इसको वो भी देख लेते हैं. ठीक है. ये है सबसे important. ठीक है. So MBA Profilizer, based on this, we have also updated the B School Predictor. So please check the B School Predictor, and it will tell you which are the ones which you will be able to, which are the colleges you will be able to get an interview call from. Okay, so वो एक बार देख लो उसको. ये सब मेरे ख्याल से relevant नहीं है इस टाइम के लिए इसको, and इसको हम हटा देते हैं. ठीक है, and I will go back and put something which I know many students keep asking about. So मैं उस screen को सामने रख देता हूँ, and Ravi, then we can pick up the questions.
Yeah.
यस कहाँ गया या ये वाला स्क्रीन सबको चाहिए होगा सो इसको रख लेते हैं एंड लेट्स गो विद द क्वेश्चंस so Ravi I'll just go to the top and start picking up questions from the top and we can okay बहुत सारे सवाल आ गए लगता है
सर उसमें से 210 सवाल तो मुकुल पांडे ने ही भेजे हैं, एक ही सवाल।
मुकुल पांडे कौन है भाई
Slot 2, 91 scaled score. 10th class 71%, 12th class 86%, graduation 67, BCom graduate from DU General. Can I expect a call from IIM Calcutta? 10th is 71, 12th is 86, graduation is 67, 91 is the scaled score, BCom graduate.
देखो पहली चीज इफ यू आर क्या कहते हैं 91 स्केल्स को यू आर लाइकली टू बी लेस देन 99.5 परसेंटाइल and Calcutta general in Calcutta male candidates they have gender diversity marks. Obviously, being a male Mukul Pandey, I don't think you'll get any points for that. So you'll need upwards of 99.7. So nahi Calcutta nahi aayega. Forget about other things. Even on the 19 on the CAT score itself, you are not going to be eligible for it. यार ये ठीक है एक मिनट यार चलो
StreamYard पे आ जाइए सर।
StreamYard पे आ गया हूं मैं ऊपर जा रहा हूँ यार आई एम जस्ट स्क्रॉलिंग टू द टॉप सो दैट ओके आई एम कट ऑफ वगैरह का तो हो गया है तो उसको मैंने छोड़ दिया है दिस विल टेल यू रवि XIMB की सेक्शन कट ऑफ क्या है about 80 percentile if I remember correctly Ravi
Yeah, XIMB overall cutoff itself is about 90 percentile. I think it's about around 75 percentile. I'll just check it first.
Okay. Okay, so says 82.7 percentile. I don't want to give more CAT. I have 2 years experience. So we have talked about TAPME. You can look at IMI 4. Those are the colleges which you can look at. We had talked about some of these colleges. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Tier 3 colleges, we had given you quite a few at the end. You can, and again, so you could look at all those cluster 4 and 5 colleges. So many of them will give you call. Because you have 2 years work experience, that is going to be an advantage for you. Okay.
In fact, the Delhi University courses, you may get a call from those if you apply to those.
Yeah. Decent Tier 3 college we have talked about. Cut off वाला सवाल है वो तो we have shown it there. Okay. Okay. 80 percentile OBC, which all colleges will I get a call? We know as far as OBC is concerned, please remember OBC reservation is only there in the government colleges. Okay. And there also the top colleges, the OBC cutoff will be upwards of 95 percentile. In the worst case, the top colleges will give you a 90 percentile. However, Delhi University colleges, apart from FMS, you can consider. I don't think IFT or IIM Mumbai से कहीं से नहीं आएगा. The new IIMs you can get a call from, okay? Which is the Amritsar, the Vizag, Nagpur, all of them, and Ranchi Raipur से आने का chance है अभी.
थोड़ा मुश्किल है सर 83 84 ish जाता है. You did not get 80 percentile. It's a predicted percentile, so fingers crossed.
So we know hopefully we'll be wrong and you'll get closer to 85. But yes, the top colleges are ruled out. Delhi University colleges are likely to be your best bet. 87 slot 2, 87 slot 2 is around 99 percentile. OBC engineering male. Should I prepare for blackies? Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Arpan, you should prepare for interviews immediately. As an OBC candidate, you should get a call from some of them. And at least if your 10th and 12th is above 80, Calcutta definitely should happen. General category cutoff would be about 99.7 plus, but for you as an OBC candidate, it should be closer to 98. So ये तो है. If you have work experience, अच्छा slot 2 work experience का लिखा नहीं है, तो अगर work experience होता तो I would have said even Bangalore possible था, but अभी कहना मुश्किल है. However, Lucknow should happen. A and B, I'd say we'll need more data to suggest, but most probably Lucknow should happen. Good. Okay. Prateek is asking Ravi, IT Jodhpur Dhanbad percentile for a PWD candidate required. Prateek, frankly, I would say, personally, let me say, these are two colleges which are not very high on my list. They are in fact fairly low. You would not have found them in the list also because the placements which they are providing are nothing great. Okay? So which is why I would say if you are a PWD candidate, even if you have something like a 70-75 percentile, you can look at better government colleges. The other IITs, if you are closer to 80 percentile, the other IITs, even the Delhi University colleges which we have talked about, all of them will be available to you. Unless you say I'm likely to get a 50-60 percentile, तब तो और बात है. Okay. Ravi, but any data you have of the placements, this year's placement of Jodhpur and Dhanbad?
See, Jodhpur, I think a couple of years ago, they came up with this engineering plus MBA kind of a degree, tech MBA types.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
But
yeah.
It's only early days for those courses. There. ISM Dhanbad, which then became IIT Dhanbad, I think their placements, I think I have something on it.
चलो, just pull it out. अगर मिलता है तो तब तक मैं युगल का क्वेश्चन लेता हूँ. युगल says SP Gen convertible at 94 percentile with good academics. Okay, so Yugal, please remember, SP Gen, once you get an interview call, it throws your percentile in the dustbin. After that, the entire focus is on your interview. They have 2 rounds of interviews. The first round is more like a technical round where your knowledge of your subjects, of your domain will be looked at. And if you clear that round, you go into what is called the HR round, and there again the interview is the focus. So as far as you are concerned, forget about the percentile. Now it is your interview performance, and that is what you need to be focusing on. You are able to do well in the interview, you'll convert. If you are not able to do well in the interview, you will not. So don't worry about percentile. In fact, not only for SP Gen, practically all the colleges, percentile is not important. Yes, it might have a weightage, but it is not important. We have seen 100 percentilers getting rejected by ABCL. So please remember, high percentile does not guarantee admission. Similarly, a low percentile does not mean that तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Okay. Okay. Best for 97, 98 percentile. Possibly SP Gen, MDI, the new IIMs. These are like IIT Bombay, Delhi. These are likely to be the best calls at the 97, 98 percentile CAT score. Okay. NDI,
if you have exceptional 10th and 12th, maybe I am in there.
Maybe IFT and IIM Mumbai, I forgot, sorry.
Yeah.
IFT and IIM Mumbai are also there.
Yeah. In fact, do apply to IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay is taking non-engineers this year. They have 3-year
very good.
3-year graduation they are allowing.
That's very good, because I have always found it to be very stupid. What is so special about 4-year graduation, yaar? ठीक है. So अच्छा है.
They didn't want to say कि मेरे को engineer से लेना है. They said, let's take 4 years.
Okay, अर्पण का तो हमने एक बात कर लिया था. Kritika, can I get LKI calls 96 percentile? General engineer female 886
non-engineer है, but 10th and 12th marks maybe
non-engineer है. हाँ. नहीं but
non-engineer, then 10th and 12th marks may hurt you a little.
हाँ
Because
कृतिका अगर
Indore
10th 12th
especially,
तुम्हारे
Indore especially 70% weightage is 10th and 12th marks, which your competitors will have a 10 in 10th and 12th.
in fact कोई कोड से आ सकती है because you have work experience also. I would say कोई कोड is possible. And Kritika, when कोई कोड comes out with application forms for PGP Finance and LSM, please do apply to the program. PG for Finance, obviously, if you are interested in finance. Otherwise, LSM के लिए पक्का apply करना.
And I think Shillong is possible if you have.
Shillong is possible, yes.
Yeah.
Somehow Shillong दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा यार.
Shillong, like sir, I have always felt that Shillong has some selection criteria that is unknown to anyone.
Yes, एकदम सही कह रहे हो.
Or the random, sometimes a 99.9 guy doesn't get a Shillong call. Sometimes a 94 guy gets a Shillong call. तो बहुत ही random लगता है मेरे को. Same profile, similar profiles. वो भी. तो Shillong calls are a little cryptic in nature.
So 86.4 percentile gem, Shivraj, we have taken these. So I'm not getting into it. You could afterwards you could replay the video and look at those cluster 4, 5, and 6, especially 5 colleges. Cluster 5 colleges is the one you should be looking at. Okay. Vasu is asking, what is my best bet at 97.5, 998, all sections above 85? Vasu 97.5 and यार वासु सिमरप्रीत ये मेल है कि फीमेल है यार अभी? I guess it's a male. Okay, it's a male. So I will say Vasu again 97.5 page. Assuming you are a male, unlikely you will be able to get ABCL. Okay? And again, if you are an engineer, तब तो बिल्कुल ruled out है. If you are a non-engineer, you may be able to get Shillong and even Kozhikode, but as an engineer तो नहीं होगा ये. Okay? But in any case, MDI is there. Do apply to MDI, IFT, and IFT. I hope you have applied, and IIM Mumbai.
IIM Mumbai. See, please understand. As long as IIM Mumbai was nitty, their total cutoff was around 97 percentile, right? And IIM Mumbai more or less will have similar cutoffs.
Okay, G1, 50 marks. 50 marks would be about 90 percentile. Okay.
50, yeah. 50 overall depends on the slot again. 50
but
overall,
I'm saying
in slot 2 and slot 3 would be 90 percentile, but in slot 1 it would be more towards the 85th.
Yeah, ठीक है. So closer to 90 लेके चलते हैं. So 10, 9.4, 7.9 special B-Arc, G1.
Definite calls you can expect from the newer IIMs.
Yes.
At a 90th percentile and NCOBC category with a good profile and a non-engineer. Though B architecture will more or less be considered as engineers only. But 10 and 9.4 is a good profile in 10th and 12th. Newer IIMs you can definitely expect. I think you should also try to apply to IIT Delhi.
बिल्कुल. IIT दिल्ली तो पक्का डालना चाहिए. बॉम्बे भी डाल के देखा जा सकता है. तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. But you could, but if you apply to Madras or Kharagpur, you will get a call from there. Okay. Mehul is saying 217 in NMAT. So Mehul, that rules out the top colleges for you. Which means you are, and even if I look at your sectional quant 65, which again is a little on the lower side. So NM Bangalore, Hyderabad भी मुश्किल दिखता है मुझे. XIM भी HR नहीं होगा. टैपमी का भी एक तो काम है ना इसके अंदर. NM में.
टैपमी का एक, हाँ टैपमी का, लेकिन I think there's a program only for women.
Okay. ठीक है. So I'm not sure in the current scenario. I don't think you're likely to get any decent calls through NMS and MAT.
But I think you can still explore Athena Business School and SDA Bakani in the list that we
Yeah.
showed. May be possible through NMAT.
So Hale has an important question, something which I have a strong opinion on, but which obviously has no weightage in the market. Non-IIMs usually close the intake before IIM calls are out. So if someone waited for IIM calls and could not get into any college, okay. First of all, Sohail, the question is not very clear, but the issue which I'm trying to raise is yes, and Symbiosis they will come out with their final results sometime in March itself. Okay, and don't be surprised if they come out with the final results in end February, even SPGen. So what typically happens? They will not give. Yeah.
Even NM. NM
Yeah,
comes up with
NMs
their
and
final
voices and SPGen. They will come out with their final calls earlier. So what does that mean? That means you'll have to take a call at that point of time. That you'll have to, and they will ask hefty deposit. 8 to 10 lakhs is what you need deposit, which restricts your ability to apply to other apply to other institutes. So if you are reasonably confident कि कहीं और हो जाएगा, so it is also then it is prudent to leave this. Or until as you say, I have sufficient funds or I have organized sufficient funds to the tune of 20-25 lakhs to be able to, because even if you withdraw from a college, they will take a couple of weeks before they refund the money. Okay, so you need to have at least you should have sufficient funds to be able to apply to be able to pay that initial deposit to a couple of colleges. Okay, so that is one challenge you will have. So, but yes, that's the reality, and which I think is blackmailing. जल्दी रिजल्ट निकाल के स्टूडेंट्स को फंसाना अच्छी बात नहीं लगती मुझे.
Yeah, but if we are waiting for the IIM calls, IIMs don't charge that kind of
1 lakh
fees upfront. Yeah,
50,000 to 1 lakh is what they call. That's good.
Yeah.
No, so non-engineer scheduled caste category 58 in slot 3. 58 in slot 3 will be a close to 95 percentile. 6, 8, 7 यार ये तूने 10वीं 12वीं में क्या कर दिया यार. Okay. So 58 yes, SC interview call possible है तुमको. I would not rule you out. FMS and again IIFT, IIM Mumbai. And at 95 percentile, while ABC may not happen, also because ABCL may not happen because your 10, 12 marks are fairly low. But the other IIM should happen. Okay. Even IITs, I would encourage you to apply to IITs also. IITs का 60% है ना graduation में.
Yep.
Yeah. So ठीक है 6, 8, 7 है तो हो जाएगा. So IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, you should definitely apply. Some of the IIMs will happen. Hopefully, but I don't think ABCL are likely because of your 10th and 12th marks. But FMS interview call to आना चाहिए. Captain Lark is asking the CL high non-IIM graduates क्यों नहीं कहते यार? Okay. Next one, Ravi.
CL showing 94.65 percentile with all sectional clear 80 plus. Profile NC, OBC, non-engineer. Again, the same issue as the previous one, 7 and 6.5 in 10th class and 12th class. Can I expect calls from IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay? Okay, IITs, you can expect calls from. From Blackie, I think Indore is going to be difficult. Kozhikode and Lucknow are going to be difficult. Calcutta may
7 है 7 and 6.5 है ना.
6.5 थोड़ा मुश्किल है. हाँ मुश्किल है.
6.5 का मेरे को इशू ज्यादा आ गया. अगर दोनों 7 होता तो भी मेरे को लगता शायद आ जाएगा. At this point of time, wait to IIM. I will possibly assume Blackie will not happen. Your best bet could be MD. So could be IIM Mumbai and IFT. Okay.
General engineer female slot 2 96. Okay, very good.
Slot 2 96 कितना हो 99.5 के आसपास होगा.
Slot 2 96 will be yes, very close to 99.5 and very good in sectional cutoffs का भी tension नहीं है.
Yeah, Tripti, please start preparing. You have 30 months of work experience. Bangalore पक्का आएगा इसके अंदर. Your sectionals are fine. Though your 10th is fine. 12th थोड़ा सा कम दिखता है. But I think both A, B, C तो आ ही जाएगा. A, B आना चाहिए है. I would think that A, B, C all are possible for you.
Yeah. In fact, कोई code is also there on the cards.
हाँ,
मतलब
नहीं
worst
सब
case
कुछ
में
आना
कोई
चाहिए,
code तो बन जाएगा, सब कुछ ही आना चाहिए.
सब कुछ आना चाहिए तृप्ति, आई वुड से. And because you have 30 months of work experience, you will get almost full marks for work experience in Bangalore and Ahmedabad. So तुमको मिलने का चांस अच्छा है, काम पे लग जाओ immediately.
Yep.
दिव्यांशु, प्लीज चेक द परसेंटाइल प्रेडिक्टर, या इस पे देख के एस्टिमेट कर लो. Tapas, if you are so low in VRC 40 percentile, you will not clear the sectional cutoff. That means only those colleges we do not have sectional cutoff, you have a chance. Overall 81 percentile FMS Delhi University programs. IFT again, I would think you have a chance. IIM Mumbai again, there's a chance you will be again. नहीं, IIM Mumbai sorry नहीं, because उसका तो sectional cutoff ऊपर होता है काफी.
And overall is 81 percentile. तो
हाँ,
अच्छा PWD कैटेगरी है तो
PWD है. हाँ, ठीक है,
IIM
ठीक
रोहतक.
है, रोहतक तो है. हाँ, yeah, these are raw scores, Shruti. These are raw scores. So yes, MDI has sectional cutoffs. 85 odd percentile. It could be, yeah, it should be around 85 percentile. Okay. NCOBC non-engineer 6. I think ये सब ले चुके हैं, तो this should not be an issue. ये वाला ले लेता हूं मैं इसमें. Will sports achievement give me points in PI? Sports, okay, for sports achievement, there are no specific points awarded, but in the interview, you will definitely have a huge advantage. Okay.
Sports achievements will definitely have questions towards sports achievements if we are able to convey that message properly कि sports achievements है. कई बार अगर आपके personal data form में अपने if the colleges are not asking for any additional data form and you haven't put those things and those are not available in the CAT form, then उनको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि ऐसा है. So it should be a part of your story when you make it.
Okay. Okay. How much marks do I need in that to convert XLRE Jamshedpur in COBC? First of all, Mr. Avid Watcher, XLRE does not have any reservation, so everyone is a general candidate there. So how many? What score do you need? You need a 95 percentile minimum to get an interview call. But remember, XLRE has about 60% or 65% weightage for that score in the final selection criteria. So anything less than 98 percentile selection becomes a little difficult. Okay? So if you are looking at a good score based on class, again, your score should be in the region of at least 35, maybe closer to 40, depending on the level of difficulty of the paper. If this year you have a difficult ZAT, 35 should be good enough. If you have a normal ZAT, then probably you need to have 40 marks to be able to get a 98 odd percentile plus.
I think sir, बीच में कहीं ना there were questions on ROI, return on investment.
अभी
कि
तक मुझे
जैसे
दिखा नहीं है.
IMI Delhi, TAPME type colleges में ROI, IMT गाजियाबाद में probably ROI उतना अच्छा नहीं है. Should I consider? What's your opinion on that?
यार ये ROI ना मेरे को कभी समझ नहीं आया है. Return of investment cannot be based on my 1 year salary, because this education is going to give you your career over the next 40 years. So you need to look at the next 40 years. Secondly, a career is a function of not only the college, but more importantly on the individual. We have seen students from top colleges not having good careers, and from poor, not so good colleges having a very good career. So ROI मुझे नहीं समझ आया है, and college इतना important नहीं है. I will always maintain, because I have two examples in front of us in Microsoft and Google. You have Sundar Pichai and you have क्या है नाम, कैसे भूल गया, Satya Nadella.
Google वाला Satya Nadella.
हाँ. One is from IIT Kharagpur, one is from Manipal. So boss, college can play a role. College will only give you a start. After that, you have to work. So yes, ROI is something I would look at. Financially, I'm not in a position to pay a huge fees. Then I will worry about it. But there's loan available, and loans are also to be paid after you get a job. So my suggestion is, even if you have to take a loan, go for a better college rather than lower fee and lower college. That is being stupid, because then you're going to hurt yourself in the long term. Okay. Okay.
Acha, avid watcher. XLRI, I don't think NCOBC plays any role there. They don't
Nothing.
entertain reservations. So,
Hmm.
see, 40 in general in ZAT is a safe score. Over the years, 40 has been a very safe score.
Yeah.
With around 12 marks in all the three sections, matlab quant mein you can score about 15, 16 marks. 12, 12, 16 is a very good combination of scores to have.
83 slot 3 should have filled it. Yes, you should be. You should be filling. Dekho, 83 slot 3, you will still be about 98 plus, na? So don't worry.
And
Look at this.
ISB this year is a matter of chance. No one knows what the cutoffs are going to be. No one knows how many people are actually applying to it. हम तो चिल्ला चिल्ला के बोल रहे हैं apply करो. अगर कोई नहीं कर रहा है तो 92 पे भी निकल जाएगा ISB.
Also, if you look at the track record of ISB, even in the past, GMAT score पे जब admission देते हैं ये, there are people who have got interview calls based on profile even at a GMAT score of 650. Okay, so I would go a step ahead and say, if you are 90 percentile plus, please do apply to ISB. If you think we are getting about 90 percentile or more, डाल दो. पहले साल में कुछ भी हो सकता है. So you'll suddenly find कि कट ऑफ शायद 90 के नीचे भी ना चली जाए, because not many people applied.
Yep. In fact, अगर तुम्हारा डर लोकेशन के बारे में वगैरह कुछ है तो I am from Hyderabad. I am telling you best city to live in. ठीक है, तो ISB has a very good, great campus in the middle of high-tech city. So don't worry about ISB at all. रोड क्रॉस करके प्लेसमेंट नौकरी मिलेगा. ऐसा है. Same is true for MDI ना, गुड़गांव. Why did MDI make it so big? Because MDI का road cross करो, there are enough companies to hire you.
ठीक है. Neither IIT Bombay does not take CET. CET is only for.
If your question was actually CAT, then yes. If it is a typo.
Yeah, if it's a typo, then CAT hai to yes. And if it is common interest test of Maharashtra, no. Okay. 1994 general engineer, non-fresher. Again, those IMT kind of colleges is what you need to be looking at.
General female non-engineer fresher. Okay. 94 अगर आ गया, 93, 94 अगर आया तो you will get calls from newer IIMs.
New IIMs आ जाएगा.
Yeah.
Okay. GEM CAT law score 95, slot 2 VRC 99.5. चलो वो सब ठीक है, मार्क्स तो ठीक है. क्या तुम्हारा प्रोफाइल वगैरह सब फिट है? 30 मंथ 30 कितना है? सॉरी, वर्किंग कितना है? 13 मंथ्स. थोड़ा सा कम रह गया है. बिकॉज 95 इन स्लॉट 2 विल बी लेस देन 99.5. नॉट श्योर इफ यू विल गेट ए और बी, एंड सी भी रह जाएगा इसमें. ठीक है संजीव, तो थोड़ा सा टच एंड गो है. Let's see what percent. For your sake, I would hope that हमारा percentile predictor तुमको underload कर रहा है.
Yeah. In fact, WorkX अगर 24 months थोड़ा सा उससे ज्यादा होता, then I think Bangalore could have been possible.
Bangalore, but yes, Ahmedabad possible था.
In fact, IIM Bangalore Business Analytics.
Yes, Sanjeev, Bangalore Business Analytics should happen.
Yeah, and IIM Calcutta का भी PGDBA आएगा. Do apply.
पक्का डालो.
IIM Indore definitely yes, पक्का आएगा. IIM Indore, IIM Kozhikode, I mean LKI you can expect.
हाँ.
But
The only
ABC
issue
is
is Sanjeev. हाँ, संजीव यही है. A, B, C I will rule out. A and B मुश्किल दिखता है. And but it is 10 10 10 वर्क एक्स थोड़ा सा है. But LKI तो आना चाहिए है.
L in fact L का graduation में 10% weightage है तो
हाँ, which is why
10 in
10 10
graduation.
वर्क एक्स.
Yes.
हाँ, 10
So
10
what
10
you
है
will
तो ये सब
lose,
ठीक है.
the marks that you will lose for being an engineer and not a non-engineer, you will gain in those graduation marks. So L seems to be pretty much on the cards.
Viraj, if you look at no sectional cutoffs, almost all IIMs, not all, but almost all the top IIMs have a sectional cutoff. Similarly, if you look at IIFT, IIM Mumbai, they have sectional cutoffs. When you're looking at colleges without sectional cutoff, IIM Rohtak का रवि ने थोड़ी देर पहले बताया था. Then you have IMT, IMT again no sectional cutoffs. IMI and the lower colleges again will not have sectional cutoffs. Which are the other colleges without a sectional cutoff? IIT Bombay has sectional cutoff again.
Yep. JIM, Goa Institute of
हाँ,
Management, kind
so if you look
most
at
hip hop colleges
IMT
do not have
and
sectional cutoff.
IMT, MICA and these lower colleges typically don't have sectional cutoffs. Parikshit Pandya, 89 percentile slot 1. Okay. 89 marks, sorry, not percentile. Belong to SC category profile 867 14 months work experience. Parikshit, 89 in slot 1 will be close to 99 percentile, not 99, less than 99, but very close, 98.5 plus तो होगा. तो तैयारी करो. FMS तो आएगा, IIMs के टॉप IIMs भी आने चाहिए. 8, 6 and 7 इज एन इश्यू है. तुम लोग क्या कहते हो यार? अच्छा स्कोर लाते हो 10th 12th में, क्या किया तुमने यार? But nevertheless, FMS you should get, and if and I would say most probably you'll get even in Calcutta. A or B might be an issue, but Calcutta लखनऊ आना चाहिए है.
सर 10th 12th में तुमने क्या किया ये पूछने का हक ना आपको है ना मुझे है सर.
ये बात तो ठीक है. फर्क ये है, जब मैंने कैट दिया था तब 10th 12th के स्कोर पूछते भी नहीं थे. तब कैट स्कोर पे निकल जाता था. Yes, guys, बहुत लोग मुझे याद दिला चुके हैं. IIT Bombay is considering 3 years graduation this year. Yes, absolutely right.
Yes. This is actually a very good move from IIT Bombay.
बिल्कुल यार. इनफैक्ट डाइवर्सिटी लानी चाहिए है. सब इंजीनियर भरे हुए हैं नीचे से ऊपर तक, कब तक संभालोगे यार इनको? उसके आगे भी देखना चाहिए. Okay. General non-engineer female, 79, 79, 82, 24 months work experience, expecting 98.6. You can get an IMK call and CAT user. I would say you have an outside chance, not a very strong chance, but you still have an outside chance of Bangalore also because of your 24 months of work experience. Otherwise, I would not say 98.6 है. जो आपका नुकसान कर सकता है या 79 है, 80 80 82 होता तो I would have been a little more confident. Okay? But 79 79 and the cutoff is 80 in many cases. Okay. आ गया तुम्हारा ROI वाला सवाल. ठीक है. Yes, IMI Great Lakes, you will be able to repay, don't worry.
अरे देखो यार, लोन भी ले लोगे तो 2-3. See, understand one thing, at the age of 24 25 26, if you earn 15 LPA you will spend 15 LPA. If you earn 25 LPA you will spend 25 LPA. By the time you get married your savings will be zero.
पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से बोलने लगता है.
हाँ, उसके बाद ही बनाना है तुमको जो बनाना है पैसा. तो even if you थोड़ा सा अगर आपको प्लेसमेंट उतना अच्छा नहीं भी मिल रहा है, you switch. आजकल मार्केट में स्विच करने में there are so many startups there are so many unicorns, there are so many startups filing for IPOs these days. They are paying hefty money to people. So you switch, you may not get that kind of an expected placement from the college, but when you switch, you get a very good job offer from other places. So in that sense, please don't worry about your initial salary. Your initial salary doesn't define you as a person. Nahi. You can make a lot of money. Sir, मेरा बैचमेट है आदित्य पचवारिया, गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट IIM काशीपुर 2015-2017. He's trading. He's a single trader trading 3,000 crores in options.
Wow.
The largest individual trader with largest portfolio in India. Aditya Pachwale. You can go search for him. So his initial placement was 16 LPA at GMR.
So देखो actually ये है, don't get carried away by the initial thing only, because many of you, and आजकल trend हो गया है, in the first 2 years you will change 3 jobs and you will be able to do it. Okay, because the market is such that you will be able to do it comfortably and you will get into the right place. GMR से option trading कहाँ पहुंच गया आदमी? So don't worry about only the initial placement as long as it's a good institute. And I will go a step further and say I will normally not even bother about specialization. Between two colleges, which is better, I will go for the better college. Forget about specialization. बाद में देख लूंगा यार मैं. Every college will give me good opportunities in all areas. As we talked about it a little while ago, XLRE जमशेदपुर HRM से लोगों को प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट में जॉब देता है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Correct.
Okay, so let me go further. I think काफी अब रिपीट हो रहा है.
And there are quite a lot of repeat similar questions. My daughter is also calling.
Yes. ठीक है. मुकुल पांडे के अभी ये लाइन से आए थे, सवाल मैंने सारे इग्नोर कर दिए because I don't like when people just keep typing the same question again and again. ठीक है. Ravi, I think we can call it a day. ऐसा कुछ specific तो नहीं दिखता मुझे.
Yeah, guys, anyone of you has any personal level queries और कुछ ऐसे तुम्हारे बच गए हो, please try to text, reach out to GB or Jijo or GP sir or me or anyone on Telegram or on WhatsApp. If you have our contact numbers on Telegram, we are available, or you can post it in a query in direct message to any of the handles of Career Launcher. You can send it to Career Launcher Instagram, or you can send it to Career Launcher Telegram account, through DM, and we will make sure that we are replying to you. May not be the reply may not be immediate, but over the next 24-48 hours, we typically will try to get back to all of you with all of the queries that you have.
Ravi, a last query तुम ले लो, since you are the one who has also been involved in percentile prediction quite a bit. By
how much can the CL percentile estimate actual CAT percentile vary at max? See, typically at the top end, above 97, 98 percentile, CL is very, very close. I mean, it is very close in the sense 0.01 to 0.05 ka variation is what we have seen over the last 2-3 years at least. At a little lower in the 90 to 95, 96 range, the variation could be 0.1, 0.2 plus minus. At an 85, 80 range, the variation could be what we have seen over the years is in the range of plus minus 0.5. उससे नीचे plus minus 1 or plus minus 2 तक का variation भी we have seen. But we are typically very, very accurate. We have been accurate over the last 2-3 years. That doesn't mean that this year we are going to be absolutely on dot. This is a prediction. Please understand that we are using statistical analysis to do it. We are using algorithms to do it. It is AI driven also to an extent. So even after we get insights which are based on statistical models. There's a huge meeting that happens between 7-8 of us, over it's a 3-hour meeting in which तुमको paper में क्या लगा, कैसा लगा, we add our insights to, we make all those adjustments to the normal curve, standard deviation और mean match करना है, ये करना है, वो बहुत सारा चीज होता है उसमें. And we not only do we compare it with this year's data, we do compare it with previous year's data, how the people were performing in the moment. बहुत सारा चीज उसमें जाता है, right? It is a proven model, but yes, it can fail, but we don't think it will. Even this year, I think it should on the dot.
One of the things you also need to look at, one of the things I would also want you to remember is, we typically take a little time in coming out with our percentiles. We don't start with it from the day initial step itself. Many others do it, but then they keep on shifting their goalpost. And I've seen people उनका जो है 99.95 से लेकर 99.6 तक आ गया है, ऊपर नीचे घूमे जा रहा है. We don't do that. In fact, if you look at what we said on day one, we are still sticking to it based on data. What we said on day one, the 99 percentile for slot 1 will be something like 91, 93. Slot 2 will be 87, 89. Slot 3 will be 89, 91. We are still at the same level. तब हमने gut feel पे based on our discussion बोला था. अब जो बोल रहे हैं based on data बोल रहे हैं. So my feeling is we are unlikely to be incorrect. Anyone can be wrong, but chances are very low कि हमारा गलत होगा. So just stick to it.
Sectional
the amount of data we have, Ravi, just one last thing I'll add to this. What is the amount of data we have? About 40,000 students plus have given their scorecards. And frankly, we have seen after 5,000 scorecards, the scores, our predictions, our averages, etc., don't really change much. So, बहुत data है. Data की value नहीं होती, data की insight की value होती है. Okay, sorry, Ravi.
Yeah. So in fact, sectional scaling इधर उधर थोड़ा सा हो सकता है, but overall, जो the predicted percentile, more or less, it will be in the plus minus 0.1, 0.2 range that CL has predicted. That's what we have seen over the years. Sir, I think I've got to go. 130 marks, jump pressure 897 सब मिलेगा यार. सारे calls mostly आ जाएंगे.
टेंशन मत लो वैभव, काम पे लग जाओ. FMS I hope apply किया है.
Calcutta call तो definitely आएगा. A and B थोड़ा challenge है. 8, 9 है. 8 in 10th class may be a little challenge. Engineer हो 7 in graduation. अगर अहमदाबाद का वो median से आप ऊपर नहीं हो, वो वाला scene होता है in your AC4, AC1, AC4 category. तो वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो सकता है. But yes, fresher Bangalore थोड़ा difficult है. Yes, but you can still expect. It's not.
Vaibhav, I would say Bangalore, FMS and Calcutta are definitely there for you. Bangalore, if you have work experience, you can get it. Otherwise, it might be a challenge. If you are 100 percentile, तो IIM Bangalore 100 percentilers को direct interview call देता है. ठीक है? So वो उसलिए आ सकती है. If you are 99.99, तो थोड़ा सा sad scene हो जाएगा. Ahmedabad,
if you are 100 percentile if you are a 100 percentiler in any section, तो भी IIM Bangalore
वो भी देता है.
कोई एक सेक्शन में भी आ जाता है तो IIM Bangalore.
Ahmedabad, I don't think you will get it because 8, 9, 7 उनको 8 और 7 दोनों से बहुत तकलीफ होगी. But FMS and Calcutta तो आएगा यार, and believe me, ABCL के बीच में कोई फर्क नहीं है. तो ये दिल पे मत लो, A और B नहीं आया, अच्छा है नहीं आया, जो CL आएगा उसको कन्वर्ट करना, तब बात करेंगे बाद में. Okay? And one last question before we close. Sanjeev, IIM Bangalore PGP BA head definitely above SP Gen. I said a little while ago, मेरे लिए college ज़्यादा important है, because the kind of opportunity that the college will provide, the course will not provide. So go for the better college always. Okay, guys. So with this we will close. Thank you very much. Any other questions you have? If you have my number, you can call me, or as Ravi said, Telegram group, Instagram, हम लोग को किसी को tag कर दो, we will respond. Okay.
Yep.
Okay then, guys and girls. Good night. All the best, and Ravi, you can go back to your daughter now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night.